of 2022 in West Africa, Egypt has the largest chicken livestock, followed by Nigeria and in Ghana. This week on the Ghanaian Farmer, we are coming to you from Farm Fresh Food Production Limited here in the Central Region. My name is Enyonam and this is the Ghanaian Farmer. We are going to be talking to you about a farm that has a capacity of 150,000 birds. And the system we find ourselves is battery cage intensive poultry farming. Now, I thought I've said it all, but this is the biggest. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, the farm manager, Mr. Oredu, will be telling me more about this system. Do you know that we have air condition in this farm? This and many more are we going to be touching on. Get interactive on our social media platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, The Ghanaian Farmer. I'll be right back after this. Thanks for staying. If you just tune in, you're watching The Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyonam, and this week we are coming all the way from Farm Fresh Food Limited here in the Central Region, and the capacity is 150,000. Now, the interesting part about this farm, I will be talking about that with the General Manager, Mr. Redu. Mr. Redu, join me now. Let's enlighten people. Now, for a very long time, I have done small poultry farms. The biggest I've seen was 15,000. But this one, whoa, you guys are doing something really amazing.
Yeah.
Now, what system is this?
So this system is the intensive way of rearing animals like the poultry. This is intensive, where you keep the birds in an enclosed area. So the building is closed, then you provide a ventilation or environmental control system for them to ensure the room is very, the temperature in the room is what the birds want. So this is an enclosed system, and we are using the battery cage.
Okay.
And this type of the battery cage is an A system type of battery cage. We have the H1, but we are using the A system of the battery cage.
All right. Now, what's the difference between the A system and the other one you mentioned now?
The H system.
Yes.
So the H system are a bit longer. We have manure beds in between each of the layers,
Right.
so that when the chicken poo it goes on the belt, then we roll it out.
Okay.
But the A system, you have the manure that at the down, where all the birds poo it goes there, then you push it out with a manure scraper.
Okay. Now, the birds we have here,
Yeah.
what breed are they or variety?
Okay, so we have two breed here. We have the Deckham white, which give us the white eggs.
Okay.
Then we have the Bovan brown, which give us the brown eggs.
Okay. In each box,
Yeah.
I don't know how you call it.
Yeah.
How many birds are in there?
We have 4 in each cage. You know, with with various researches from those who manufacture the cages, and also those who the companies who deals with the breeding of the birds. We have a specific some areas that the birds are supposed to be in. So they have designed this one to take 4 birds in each cage.
Okay. So in this space we find ourselves, this particular room,
Yeah.
how many birds do we have here?
We have 50,000 birds here.
50,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there are a few things I want us to focus on,
Okay.
which is, first of all, this.
Yeah.
What do you call this?
So this is the feeding trough. This is where you spread the feed inside for the birds to eat from.
Okay. So how many hours or day do you leave this feed there? Do you change the feed, clean it, or they are always feed inside for them to be eating?
No, we divide our feeding into 3 in the day.
Right.
So we feed them in the morning, we feed them in the afternoon, and we feed them around 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So we don't keep plenty feed in. We just give it what the quantity they will eat in the morning,
Right.
so that they can finish all. If you put the feed in for, they will take some of the big particles and leave some. So you do it a bit by bit and ensure that they take all the ingredients in the feed.
Okay. Now let's talk about the structure.
Yeah.
This is block.
Yes.
But up there,
Yeah.
I was thinking I was going to see our normal roofing sheet.
Yeah.
But you said it's not a roofing sheet.
Yeah.
What covering is this?
So because we are doing the intensive, we need to control the temperature in the room.
Okay.
So we put an insulator. This is a heat insulator.
Okay.
So the heat from the roofing sheet above, it captures it.
Okay.
It does not transfer the heat to the room.
Okay.
Then we have our cooling system to ensure they get a good temperature for them to give us the productivity we want.
Okay. All right. So when you go down as well,
Yeah.
viewers, I'll let you see. You mentioned in your presentation that
Yeah.
we have the what tunnel?
The manure tunnel.
Manure tunnel.
Yeah.
Why do I need to have a manure tunnel in my commercial farm?
Okay, so when we are using the cage system,
Yes.
it's either you use the manure tunnel or you use the manure belt, which is the A type. You use the manure belt to ensure your chicken are not closer to the manure. Then to be able to take the manure out, if you leave the manure in the room for some time, it produces this gas ammonia,
Okay.
and that ammonia, when it is high concentrated in the room, it will affect the batch.
Okay. So on that note, do I move the poop out every day or twice in a week, or how do I go about moving?
So we do our own every 3 days.
Every 3 days.
Yes.
The poop is moved out.
Move out.
Okay. What is the deepness and then the length of the tunnel, the manure tunnel?
It depends on the cage you are going to use. So
Okay.
every cage that you buy, it comes with each design of the manure tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one
Yeah.
you have here.
Yeah.
Are you able to tell me the inch and meter
So
and all that?
so the tunnel the tunnel
Yes.
is 2.4 meters,
Okay.
and the deepness,
Yes.
because we want it to flow downwards, we have sloped it from the top to the down.
From
So
top to
yes,
down. Okay.
so by the time we get to the down, we have about 2.5 feet.
Okay.
You start from maybe 0.9 to 2.5 feet down.
All right. What becomes of the manure that you are pushed out of the tunnel?
Yes, some farmers come for it for
Okay.
planting vegetables and
Right.
also cocoa. We are looking at later on
Yeah.
process it, but as
Okay.
at now, when you push it out, it's the
Yeah.
farmers who come for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I realize that the chicken, you have actually cut their mouth. Why did you do that?
So it's called debeaking.
The beacon.
Yes.
Okay.
So you debeak them so that they don't peck each other. If you don't debeak them, they normally peck. That is, they will be eating the flesh of the others. When they see any blood, when they see, they'll start pecking, and then
They'll kill the
yeah,
other.
they'll kill that. It happens a lot if you
Okay.
don't do it well,
Right.
and also if you don't have the right nutrients in your feed.
Okay.
It
Okay.
happens. So you
Alright.
do it once in their lifetime.
Okay, so at what stage or week old should the bed be before I debeak it?
Normally, we do our own between 12 and 13 weeks.
12 and
And
13
13 weeks.
You have to cut off.
Yes, but some people do it even 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay,
It all depends on your feed also.
right. Okay.
So the type of feed and how you mix your feed,
Yes.
we also let them start pecking early.
Okay.
Ours, they don't peck at all.
Okay.
But we decide in case they will have issues. So let's do the debeaking, and we do normally 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Yes.
You have to debeak all of them.
Yes.
All right. I also realized that they are drinking water from
The nipple, yes.
Why do you provide that system?
So when you are doing this commercial farming and you are using the cage system,
Yes.
it will be difficult for you to put water drinkers in the cage.
Okay.
So we use the nipple system, and
Right.
it is connected to the poly tank. So the water flows through the pipe,
Yes.
and they can peck through the nipple and drink the water.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about what goes into cooling the whole place. Is it the usual air conditioning that we use in our house?
No.
Or you have a different type of
No.
cooling system?
So this cooling system works like the car radiation system.
Okay.
So we have the cooling fan, which is made of paper. We import it
All right.
from either China or India. That's where we get our own.
Mm.
So then we have pipeline running through it. Then we have a pump that pumps the water on the cooling pad. As you can see, it's wet.
Okay.
Then we have a far and we have extractor
Yes.
fans.
Yes.
So there's the because the whole place is enclosed, the extractor fans will just get air into the room through where the cooling pad.
System is.
Yes.
Okay.
Then because there's water on the cooling system, the room becomes cool.
All right. Okay, so viewers, I would let you see the cooling
System.
that Mr. Oredu is talking about. Today is all about learning new things that you can actually factor into your poultry structure. However, he's a consultant. He establishes farm for anybody who wants to go into commercial farm production with strict principles and regulations. So be ready to listen to his counseling before you consult him. My name is Anina. This is still the Ghanaian farmer. We are going for a quick breather. When we come back, we'll get closer to some of the things he's made mention of, so you can see them and learn more about it. I'll be right back after this. So thanks for staying, and this episode is all about having the appropriate structure for your commercial poultry farm production. I'm sure you've seen a couple of interviews about the battery cage, but this one is an advanced one for a farm that is hosting 150,000 birds. Now in there, Mr. Reju was talking about some cooling system. I needed you to see the system and the pipes around home, Mr. Reju. Now you said we will see the cooling system better here. So tell me, these are looking more like metal. How is a metal a cooling system?
So there's a metal frame, and we have this carefully carved papers inside, with there are holes inside,
Right.
like the way the car radiation system works.
Yes.
So we have water in the poly tank.
Polytank.
The pump will pump the water from the poly tank through the pipes, and it will drops on the paper.
Okay.
So we are recycling the water. Then it comes out from the down back to the poly tank.
Okay.
So that is how you recycle.
Okay, so the water is not wasted.
No.
Okay.
You recycle it, so it goes after that. But there's a vibration in, because the fan at the other end are pulling the air through this paper.
Yes.
It's the water gradually evaporates. So when it goes down, then we refill it.
Okay. So it means that you need a lot of water on your farm to be
Yes.
able to have this system working
Yes.
effectively.
Yes, and also the best drink a lot of water.
Water as well.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so viewers, let's walk to the next area where we can see some more birds also there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I see that this water is dig from the ground. Is that
Yes. So
and it's okay.
yes,
Is it the same thing the birds will drink and everything?
yes, we have boreholes.
Okay.
Then we have done filtration systems. We have UV light to ensure all the bacteria in the water is out before we give it to the birds.
Okay.
So we have a complete filtration system for our water.
Okay. Now I realize that your structure is covered with white. Are these plastics or what?
Yes, they are.
What's the essence of it? Why are you covering it?
So this house, it was designed in a mindset of the way we have various light off in Ghana. So when they are light off and our genset is not able to start, we can roll out this white so that fresh air will go in, and we can keep the birds up to maybe 3 or 4 hours without having any casualties.
Now we are about to enter the next pen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this pen is 70 weeks.
Okay.
Over 70 weeks birds inside, and we also have the same two breed, the Bovan and the Deckham White. Okay. So we
what are we supposed to do now?
So here, because we are coming from another room, we need to step into the water here. There's chemicals, disinfectants to ensure if there's any bacteria or disease under our feet, we don't carry it inside. Okay.
Okay, so we find ourselves in another pen that also contains about 50,000 birds.
Yeah.
A question before I forget.
Yeah.
What is the length of each cage?
The length of each pen?
Yes.
The pen is 142 meters,
Okay.
which is almost 400 and... Okay. So each pen is 465 feet length, and the weight is 100 feet. So 465 by 100.
Okay. On a daily basis, each pen, how many eggs of crates do you collect?
So it depends on the age. The first one, their age is around 18. There. This one, they are around 70 weeks, and we are getting averagely around 1,250 crates of eggs.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Now I see the women are very busy.
Yeah.
The other side there were women busy. This side there were women busy. What is happening here? What are we doing?
So they are doing grading, which we normally call sorting. So they are taking the big ones from the smaller. So we have a grading system. We have the small eggs, we have the large, we have the medium, we have the extra large, then we have the jumbo, which is the big eggs. So they grade it into these various sizes, because the distributors we give to normally want the graded one. So that's what they do. So when they come, they will take the eggs, then they will bring it here, then they will grade it into the different sizes.
Okay, so that's Mr. Ben Oredu, the general manager here in Farm Fresh Foods Limited in the Central Region. The community is what?
Jokwa.
Jokwa. Oh man, Jokwa. So we've been spending some time here in this farm, learning about some novel things that have been put in place in this farm, and all of this, the cage, the roof, the cooling system, most of the things were done by this consultant standing next to me. So please, how can we find you on LinkedIn again?
Benjamin Oredu.
Benjamin Oredu.
Yes.
You don't mind putting your number out there?
Okay.
Okay.
0242
right.
525483.
Okay. So that's his number, and you can find him on LinkedIn. I'm going for a quick break. When I come back, the farm manager and a technical officer who comes around every now and then to assist them with a few things would also join me for us to chit chat briefly. But for now, I think I'd have to learn how to grade eggs because I'm a lover of eggs. I'll be right back after this. So gone by was an insightful conversation again with Mr. Oredu. He is the general manager here at Farm Fresh Food Limited at Jokwa. The sitter next to me now is Timothy, and he's going to be answering some basic questions as a farm manager. Timothy, thanks for joining me again.
Yeah.
So on a regular day, when your workers arrive, what are some of the precautionary measures that you take them through?
Actually, when they arrive in the morning around 7 o'clock. So the first thing they do is that they change to their uniform. They have the uniform because of the biosecurity.
Yeah.
So they have the uniform, they change the uniform, they change their
footwear.
Okay. Also. Right. So before entering the farm. Okay. So the first thing we do is that we change the foot pads. They are going to put their leg inside the foot pad before entering the farm because so that they will not bring disease from anywhere. It jams inside the farm. So the first thing we check the bells, how healthy they are, they remove the mortality. So after that they start the feeding. Okay. So after the feeding,
what time of the day are we supposed to feed the birds?
Yeah, we feed the birds 7:30.
7:30.
Yes.
They have to take their feed.
Yes. So 7 o'clock they resume. So 30 minutes to change and to check the mortality, check the environment. So 7:30 they start the feeding.
And what time do you start picking the eggs?
Immediately after the feeding, we do the cleaning, general cleaning, which is our normal routine.
Right.
So after we have the time where we pick the bells, the eggs. Okay. So we pick the eggs like 3 times in a day. So they do the first collection
in the morning.
Yes, after the cleaning. Okay. So that one after the first collection, they go for short break. Okay. So that at least they can have something. Okay. So after they start the grading. So when by 1 o'clock they go for their break.
Okay.
The break is just 1 hour.
Yeah.
So after that we start our second feeding.
Okay.
So we have the numbers of feed each bells each
Right.
farms. Like the farm we have now,
Yes.
they are eating 119 gram per bells,
Okay.
which is almost close to 110 bags of 50 kg. So after that, the second feeding, that is 2 o'clock, they pick the second collection, they do the grading. So the last feeding is 4 o'clock. So after that,
then we'll call it a day.
Yes.
Okay. How difficult is your work? I know manager, the general manager oversees all of you, but you are making sure that everything is in place. How difficult is your work?
The work is quite challenging because we are dealing with live bells.
Okay.
So we have to be up to task every day.
Okay.
They have to eat.
Okay.
So I know these live bells, if you didn't feed them on time, the normal time, they will not lay.
Okay.
So it will be a big loss.
Right.
So it's very quite challenging, but we are still managing since we have been in the system for longer time. Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's Timothy. He's the farm manager here, and he has a lot of roles to play, ensuring that at the end of the day, the expected goal or result is achieved. And so, if you want to go into commercial poultry production, you need people like him. Apart from the overall general manager, you need someone like him who would make sure that every staff is doing what they are supposed to do. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, there's a technical officer that comes in and out to see and add up to what they are already doing. He'll be coming in to also chip in a word or two. I'll be right back after this. So I had a very interesting convo with Timothy, and now I'm about rounding up the whole conversational interview. But you see, in the poultry sector space, there are some key people that are very important. Without them, there won't be poultry farm or there won't be poultry bed to even lay eggs for you to enjoy. And those people are the maize farmers, the corn farmers. And so there's a system or collaboration or partnership that Farm Fresh Food have with some local farmers in this area who produce them with the corn. You saw them processing into feed for the birds to enjoy. So the team leader or the man who helps this project is here. Thanks for joining me, sir. The name is
Hi, Sintete.
okay. Hi, Sing. How long has it been since this arrangement has been going on?
It's been 2 years since 2022. Yes.
Okay. So, what kind of program do we have between Farm Fresh and the maize farmers?
Okay, so the program is named the Maize Outgrower Scheme,
Okay.
where these farmers are provided with inputs
Okay.
on credit with zero interest by Farm Fresh to produce maize for them to buy.
Right.
So at the end of the day, at the time of harvest, we go in for the maize, deduct the cost of inputs we gave the farmers, and then give them their balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how many farmers are on this program?
Currently, we have 223.
Two.
123.
And what variety of maize do they produce? Is it just the white one or both white and yellow?
Well, in the first year, we produced the white,
Okay.
and in the second year, we produced the yellow.
Okay.
They are all hybrid varieties.
Right.
Yes.
So, what they have now with Farm Fresh versus when they used to sell in the market, what is the difference?
Their production capacity has increased.
Okay.
Before this project, most of them had lands, but they didn't have enough capital to plant all those lands. Secondly, some of them too were skeptical about the market. You can produce expensive and buyer will buy it very cheap. So with this arrangement, they were sure of estimated selling price at the start of production. So at the end of the day, they produced hybrid, which were high yielding varieties. They got more yield. And for the first time in the district, this project was the project that taught farmers that they could get more from a piece of acre
Land. Okay.
compared to what they used to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you introduce this concept to other areas or maybe even to other commercial poultry farmers than they going to the market to buy this system? Would you introduce it or would you recommend it?
I would with caution.
Mm.
The reason is when you are dealing with farmers, some too can become a bit greedy at the end. Yes, you give them input, and at the end of the day, they send out the input after the produce had come
Okay.
in order to dodge repayment of the cost of input. So you have to proceed with caution. Actually, this project is solely because of community impact.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay, so that's hyacinth. Hey, Masai will be nice.
Hyacinth tete.
Hyacinth. Before you say I'll not eat the bamboo, they are making. So I have one woman with us. All right, my mother. I've talked to a lot of men. Let me wrap it up with her. She is a maize farmer. How has this project benefited her? And what would she tell her other farmers who have not joined yet? Is there room for many people to join?
Yes.
All right, then. That's good news. So, mommy, please join me. Impact show. Aquaba.
Yeah,
Your friend was saying,
but your friend comfort.
comfort. Who you penny?
Bachan.
Who the other?
We dear a brontos banchen in a BBA.
A Bruno, how many acres now?
A bron to be a 4 acres.
Okay. Time ben now we need farm fresh for start some year.
4 years edu.
Okay. And I only almost started.
Bachan.
Na time who dria omumbe mu ye. Any say see a would ho abata sa program. Wo sha nso so ben na.
Mpacho omo mimi die na mbia no de me hu so no omo die na omo de blem ne de me hu so pa because omo kire no say wudi so a ebeboa pa ndi me hu saboa me
Nti dia na obeka kire efiafo omo so mo ye eburu a omo form hu mbata asa ekoyi
de meka kire omo no say omo fa omo hu nhyem na amasa agrikfo no so wudi kire omo kire na se utumi di so a ebeboa pa wo wablabom ndi de meka kire omo say obi anfa ne ho nhyem.
Okay. All right. So, mommy, Edini view.
Comfort AJ.
Yeah, my aunt is called Comfort. Comfort for the whole page, my dean. So, Auntie Comfort is a maize farmer, and she's been in this program for a long time. And she's saying that, farmers would not really want to spend money on hybrid, but from the inputs they get from Farm Fresh and producing, the yield is good. They get money at the end of the day. They are living okay. So, if you're out there in this enclave and you're not part of this program, you want to join them and be part of it. So thank you so much. It's been a long day, but I'm sure that it is worth it. If you're a poultry farmer out there in Ghana, any of the region, and you have farmers in your region who produce things like soya, like maize, you want to get closer, look for any agric officer who can help you to initiate a program like this. Like the officer said, monitoring is very key because you see Auntie Comfort and her brothers, at times they can be like this. So you want to be very careful and monitor so that at the end of the day, you benefit, they also benefit. Until then, thank you so much, Mommy. May that say. Thank you very much.
Amen.